What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix Land? This once again is Scott Porter back for, unfortunately, day 5, our final day of our HeroClix unboxing series for the brand new Marvel HeroClix set, Avengers Forever. Started out the week, going, hey, there's these 2 storylines you should take a look at. Look, you should still read them for your own good. But there hasn't been a ton from these 2 storylines in this set. There's still room, though. There's still plenty of room to see characters from these 2 storylines that we have not seen yet. I mean, I have to assume that Robbie Reyes is in this set. We have the Invincible Ant-Man. That's from the Jason Aaron Avengers Forever. We have Kang, who is from the Kurt Busiek. Busiek? How do you say it? Busiek? I don't know. Busiek? Busi. I'm just going to call him Boosie for short. Boosie's book, the Avengers Forever book from the mid to late 90s. We have some characters that are involved in that, but we haven't seen them in the forms that they were in those books. I'm hoping for a Giant Man. That's really high up the list. I'm hoping for Robbie Reyes because in that particular string of issues, he becomes the all-rider. Like, he can ride anything in the universe. It's insane, the stuff that he can do. We have seen members of the Agents of Wakanda, who are a big part of Jason Aaron's Avengers run. We have seen the Winter Guard. Same thing. Big part of Jason Aaron's Avengers run. More modern day Avengers stuff. A couple of things that we pulled this week that I'm still kind of confused about and trying to figure out, like the Miss Marvel being, I mean, not Miss Marvel, sorry, geez Louise, Miss America being on a token, America Chavez. You know, the last time I really spent any time with her was reading the Ultimates, and those books are awesome. And I'm like, look, if we can get some of the Ultimates in this set, I mean, Black Panther's here already. He was one of the Ultimates. We're talking maybe a little Blue Marvel. Can we get a little Blue Marvel in this set? So fingers crossed, maybe Adam Brashear makes an appearance. That book is awesome. Al Ewing, oh, so cool. This guy right here, Galactus, the Devourer, no longer starts killing planets. Adam Brashear says, look, we're the Ultimates. We are going to solve the universe's ultimate problems. And that would fit in this set a little bit too, the Ultimates there. But basically the first problem they wanted to solve was, how do we stop Galactus from eating all the planets, showing up here and threatening to eat Earth all the time? Well, they find his old incubation pod when he came into our universe at the death of the old universe that was there before us. Right at the Big Bang, he was in this like incubation pod. They take that, they create this like seed out of it, they feed it to him, and he becomes Galactus the Creator. And that storyline is insane. It is a huge storyline. And, I saw Thanos on one of these tokens. He's a big part of that Ultimates run too. So I'm still trying to connect the dots on what we could have in this set. I think that's maybe a possibility. Maybe some of the Ultimates could even be. So now I'm hoping for them. But everything that we pulled, Young Avengers sub-theme, has been really cool. They weren't featured on the outside of the box, the Young Avengers, but they're a big part of this set, and I am super happy to have that. I hope you guys have been enjoying the set. Tell me below what your biggest hopes are for the set. By the end of this day, you will have seen everything I pulled, but there will still be so many empty spaces on that checklist. Tell me below what you are hoping to still have appear in this set. We looked at all the legacy cards yesterday. We looked at the play-at-home kit, the Dyson Tokens packs, and it is day 5. This is it. These are the last 2 boosters that we have for this set that comes out October the 26th for pre-release, where you can get your hands on it and you can play with these figures, or November 9th for the actual set release, and you know they'll be having sealed tournaments that weekend as well at your local gaming store or comic shop. So call them and figure out what their tournament schedule is, and you can get your hands on this stuff just like I am today. Without further ado, I think I've told you what I was hoping for the most. I'm just going to start cracking these boosters. Man, maybe some of the 1 million BC Avengers. I definitely want, like I said, that I want since we have Wonder Man, I want that zombie Wonder Man murdering machine from the Wasteland universe where Invincible Ant-Man is from. That would be so cool. Uh-oh, guys, we have some bubble wrap here, and the bubble wrap usually means, oh yeah, we got a chase. We got a chase. I'm gonna put that down to the side. We have a chase. Yes, okay. Let's see who else we have in here. We have Falcon, who we have seen. We have Gorilla Man, who we have seen. And, with these sets, I always have to check now to make sure it is the character that we've already seen. We have Iron Lad, who we've seen. And we have our first Prime. Okay, we have Prime and a Chase in the same booster. This Prime is Invincible Ant-Man. Yes! Okay, so judging by the tokens, we had a whole bunch of these. We had 4 of these robot ants. The robot ant is named Shellhead, and it's Anthony Stark, who is Invincible Ant-Man in the Wasteland universe, which is what I call it. It's not really what it's called. I don't remember the number of that Earth. Yeah, but unfortunately, he's broken. He fell off the thing. He fell off the thing. He's a little top heavy because he's doing that ultra punch. But yeah, Shellhead is like his best friend, those little robot ants. And well, the one robot ant, he shows up everywhere to like get Anthony Stark out of trouble. Like I said all week long, it's Iron Man meets Ant-Man meets Indiana Jones. Such a cool character. It's the only one that we have to look at. So you know what I'm going to do, actually, is like any good HeroClix player, got some super glue in the kit here. Let's get this guy back on his base. This is what we should all do anyway, right? Look, I got kids. I'll see if I can. Oh, it's not. Can't get it out. Oh no. What have I done, guys? What have I done? I'm going to put him back on his base, and I'm going to open the other booster here and see what we can get done. If we can fix him, by the time I do the other one, we can take a look at the figure. All right, here we go. Let's see. Yes. Okay, you put your knee there. Put your knee there, and I'll tell you a little more about the Invincible Ant-Man while we're waiting here. Okay. If I can't fix him, I can't fix him. That's how it happens. Ah, well, we'll try. We'll try. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I knew that we were going to have an Invincible Ant-Man here. The fact that he's a Prime, the fact that he is, he's not actually just a figure on its own, and we saw the outside of the box. The outside of the box has Ant-Man on it, Scott Lang. So I guess he is the Prime for Scott Lang. Very cool. Okay, let's take a look at his card then. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to fix him right now. Man, he's going to be tricky. The way he is on this base, yeah, is a little bit tricky. You see his whole body kind of, if you can see the top down there, the whole body kind of sticks to that bottom post. So I'll get him fixed eventually. I'll get him fixed for whoever wins this this unboxing series through the charity. I'll make sure that it comes fixed for you guys. All right, let's go ahead and let's just look at his card since I'm not going to be able to fix him. There we go. Invincible Ant-Man. I'm very excited to have him. I can't wait to see what Shellhead does. He has Avengers, he has Stark Industries, he has Armor, he has Detective, and he has Scientist keywords. Weaponized robot ants. At the beginning of the game, generate a robot ant bystander, maximum of 4. When Invincible Ant-Man hits with a ranged attack, the resolutions generate a robot ant bystander in a square adjacent to a hit target. I am not Ant-Man. Free. Choose. Oh no, I'm not. Not I am not. I am Ant-Man. Choose one. Invincible. Ant-Man can use the chosen effects until he chooses again. Protected Pulse Wave. Super Senses. Modify defense by +1. Or damage. Modify attack and damage by +1. Going out in an electric blaze of glory. Pulse Wave. When Invincible Ant-Man uses it, you may choose to use it as if he also occupied the squares of all his robot ant bystanders. If you do, if there are 3 or more robot ant bystanders on the map, oh man, this is awesome. Hit characters are dealt 2 damage instead of 1, and after their resolutions, KO all of his robot ant bystanders. Here is his sculpt there. Here's his dial base, of course. I will get him fixed. Normally, it's a pretty easy fix, but I can get this done. I can get this done. Oh, man. That is cool. Let's look at the back of his card here. Some pretty good stats all the way down. I do like the running shot action. All the way down pretty much. All those special abilities. 75 points. Pretty great figure. That's the second time that we have Invincible Ant-Man. All right, I'm a fan. Sorry about the little detour there. I was trying to fix it. Is what it is. It is what happens. All right. I'm going to save the chase. I'm going to save the chase for sure, and we are going to open this last booster here. Let's see what we have. I mean, look, I'm not expecting anything anything crazy out of this one. After pulling a chase and a prime in the same booster, which was pretty darn cool. But let's see what we get. Oh, all right. Got a couple of figures we have not seen yet, including one on the outside of the box. And has now had her own TV show. Makes more than enough sense why she would have a figure in this set. That's Miss Marvel. We have Reptile, which is also a new figure that we have not seen yet. The last three we have seen with Hydra Agent and Black Panther, and last but not least, Wong. And again, let's do a little check to make sure that they are all the same numbers that we have already seen. Yep. Okay. So not seeing more than one Black Panther in the set, not seeing more than one Wong. And then we have Reptile. And of course, that Hydra Agent we saw on day one. We saw a Hydra Officer and we saw Red Skull who can generate them, which was pretty cool. I was hoping to see Doctor Strange because we have the astral projection. We have Wong. You know, I was hoping to maybe we start getting into the Strange Academy stuff, you know, but doesn't look like it's going to be the case. That being said, you know, we had a mindless one. I was hoping maybe mindful one, that would be cool. But yeah, didn't end up with those guys. However, these two pieces here are some of the younger generation of Avengers, so we'll take a peek at them. You know, Kamala Khan, definitely a fan favorite, both in the books and on the screen now. And she has a rally die for Avengers, I believe. That's pretty cool. We've got Avengers, Champions, Inhumans, Young Avengers, and Celebrity, set number 35. Kamala Khan has Rally. When an opposing character within line of fire would roll a single d6, you may remove one of Miss Marvel's Rally dice to replace that die. Okay. Blades, Claws, Fangs, regen, stuff like that. Morphogenetics. Free. Choose one. Miss Marvel can use the chosen effects until you choose again. Protected Pulse Wave. Modified defense by +1 and go tiny. Precision strike. Natural damage. And close combat expert and giant. So you can change her size through her damage power there, through that trait. There you go. Come at me, bro. Time to be a hero. Embiggened fists. Embiggen. That's one of my favorite words in the Marvel universe at this point. And there you go. She has the rally die. It has a blue background, so it's on friendly attack rolls. Pretty solid dial. 7 clicks long. Some impervious there, some charge, quake, etc. There we go. And last but not least, before we get to the chase that we pulled, and then after, remember, we're not done yet. We're also going to take a look at the Hellfire Gala premium set as well. We have Reptile. Now, Reptile is an interesting kid. He's, I feel like he's a character that, you know, his access to changing all these different kind of animals and stuff is very attractive, especially to the younger audience. They've done some kind of cool stuff with him and some of the Avengers stuff, but a lot of it's like Avengers, you know, Initiative and stuff like that. So if you don't read that stuff and you're more of a mainline Avengers guy, you might not be too familiar with him. Avengers, Young Avengers, Animal, Mystical, and Past, Prehistoric Transformation. At the beginning of your turn, you may turn Reptile to click 1, 2, or 3. Primeval Healing Factor. When Reptile would be KO'd by an opposing effect, you may roll a d6. On a roll of 4 to 6, turn him to click number 1 instead. Protected Pulse Wave. Okay. Look at that. Stegosaurus spines, Ancient Agility, Pterosaur wings, Tail Sweep, etc., etc. But click 1, 2, or 3 Okay, all right. So only three clicks, I mean. So wait a minute. So him and Miss Marvel, do they work together with her rally die then, I suppose? If a friendly character within line of fire is rolling a roll that would only take one die, let me look at her card again, because this could be a very interesting combination. Would roll a single d6. Yeah, I think it works together. Reptile, if he rolls out that 4 to 6, can constantly come back onto the board on click number 1, number 2, or number 3 if you're rolling to avoid that KO of him. And if you see her rally die, this is very unique. Oh no, it says opposing. Never mind. Oh, I thought it said friendly. Oh, I wish it was friendly, because that would have been so cool. You could have used her to make sure that Reptile stays on the board. Instead, I guess you can use her to make sure that your opponent's Reptile cannot come back to life. Oh man, it would have been cool if it was friendly. The two of them could have worked together. But Reptile, very cool powers. Not much to the dial at the beginning of your turn. Start on click 1, click 2, or click 3. And if you were to be KO'd, you roll that d6. If you roll a 4 to 6, you get to come back on click number 1. Pretty cool for Reptile. The fact that he can access all those dinosaurs and everything, definitely one of my kids' favorites. If you haven't read too many Avengers stories outside of the main Avengers storyline, you might not have heard of him, but pretty cool character nonetheless. Okay, time for the chase, or should I do the Hellfire Gala first? I'll do the chase first. Let's see who we have here. I feel like it was meant to be. We already had a Ghost Rider on the table here today. I've been talking about Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider all day long, so it only makes sense that we pull Ghost Panther. Wow! Look at that. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. This is a really cool figure. You know what? Actually, let's go top down and check it out. You can see the trails of fire on the back of the Panther. From the side here, you can see the flaming hands, the flaming skull. Oh, that is such a cool sculpt. So that's the chase that we pulled. You know, on the back of the on the booster, of course, that was the one. You know, we have another chase up behind me in a Rack Knight. I'm assuming that's a chase, because that's also an Infinity Warps figure. But yeah, I wonder how many we are going to get. They seem to be all Avengers themed this time. We have seen some that were X-Men themed. So it's kind of cool now to see some more of these Avengers themed Infinity Warps characters. In the meantime, let's take a peek at the Ghost Panther card. All right. Ghost Panther, and I'll put this sculpt here while I'm reading it, just so you guys can ogle that. Here we go. Avengers, Defenders, Wakanda, Warp World, Animal, Celebrity, Mystical, and Ruler. Predator of Zarathos. Poison, but deals penetrating damage. Woo! When Ghost Panther attacks, modify his attack +1 for each target that has been damaged this turn. So if you start the game, or start the round adjacent to a couple of figures, say 3, and you poison them all at once, your attack's going up by 3. A legacy of kings falls, a legacy of vengeance rises. At the beginning of the game, generate a T'Chaka bystander. A hunter's instincts, a demon's hunger, special move power, hypersonic speed, and stealth. A special attack power, hellbound heart-shaped herb, blades, claws, fangs, steel energy, but heals 2 clicks instead of 1. Wow. Protect Shuri, Shuri and Riri, you know, Ironheart are combined in Infinity Warps. So it's Shuri, which is tough to say for me. Shuri. You have 9 clicks there. Those special abilities are all over the place. You've got Defenders, you've got Mystics. I believe that Ghost Panther had a 2-issue miniseries, all his own. The way that it went down was He had an argument with T'Chaka. T'Challa was a little bit of a spoiled brat. He said, I don't want to be here anymore. And T'Chaka kicked him out of Wakanda. He went on the road, became a stuntman who took the name Johnny Blaze, I kid you not, in this like carnival stunt act that went around the country. What he didn't know was that Crash, his boss in the thing, was actually a purveyor of magics. And when T'Challa's father was murdered by Killraven, it was like Killmonger and Killraven like mixed together. There was M'Baka was also one of the two villains. They came as a pair and they killed T'Chaka. And the moment that he died, Johnny Blaze was doing his biggest stunt ever. He lost control midair. He lost his train of thought. He crashed to the ground and he died. Crash brought him back to life, his boss. And when he was brought back to life, he met with Bask's sister. If you know Bask, she's the queen of the undead over there in Wakanda. I think that's right. And then met with her half-sister Zarathos, who is the queen of vengeance in the underworld of Wakanda. And she offered him the power of the Ghost Rider. He decided that he was going to track down his father's killers without her help. And he almost died again in the process. And then ultimately, in seeking vengeance, took the power of the Ghost Rider and became Ghost Panther. Pretty cool book. It's only 2 issues long. If you have any interest in Ghost Rider, or if you have any interest in Black Panther, I'd recommend it a little bit. I think the 2 enemies are very, very cool. And the fact that we pulled this as a chase. On top of that, I mean, this is a pretty great dial, capable of so much. I'll show it to you one more time before we leave this behind. There you go. Can be played at 125 or 75 points. Really, really, really cool. So that is it for everything that we are going to pull this week from Avengers Forever. However, that's not all we have to open. We have one more item here to open. This is the Marvel HeroClix Hellfire Gala Premium Collection. I love the look of this. It feels different, it feels special, feels unique and one of a kind in the HeroClix landscape. I don't know what's inside. I'm sure maybe they've shared something about it. I have been super busy, actually, working on a couple of different TV shows and a new podcast, so I'm a little bit out of the loop. So I was operating almost a little more blind this time than I was the last couple of unboxings. So this was a complete surprise to me, and as you can tell, I can't even figure out how to open it. This is always my biggest problem, isn't it, guys? Opening these things. Oh, there we go. Ah, okay. Magnet on the side. Great. Magnet on the side. Oh, wow. Man, look at this. Look at that. That's pretty cool. You open it up. You have your limited edition HeroClix set. Host Emma Frost invites you to celebrate mutant culture and to strengthen Krakoa's friendship with the nations of man. And then, oh man, all of these X-Men, they have such cool, yeah, that's awesome. They're wearing the clothes that they wear to the Hellfire Gala in the books. Now, if you're not familiar, Hickman's X-Men led into the Dawn of X, and in the Dawn of X, they started holding these Hellfire Galas to make huge announcements to the rest of the world. They would invite other heroes, other press, other players all around the world, and they would make huge announcements, like I said. One of them was, the first time around, was they announced who was going to be on the roster for the actual X-Men. And then they announced to the world that they were basically going to take over Mars, and they were going to be the Earth's representatives, galaxy-wide. And this really, really cool stuff. I don't want to say too much more, but these costumes are really intensely designed, and we'll get a much closer look at them all. But let me move these guys over. I think you gotta go this way. There we go. Sorry about that. I set some guys out of the. Look at Sync's jacket. Look at that. But I do believe that you know, the normal artist on X-Men at the time actually contacted another artist to help them design the fashion for this thing. It's kind of Met Gala meets, you know, Hellfire Club. And this set feels really premium. You get a Powers and Abilities card here that I have. You have all these really unique player cards too. This looks awesome, guys. So let's take a closer look at everything. I'm going to pull these guys back. I'll show you on the top-down view all of their costumes as well. And I'll have to get the artist's name, actually, that designed all of these really cool fashion takes. You can here, I'll put this on the top-down camera too. You can see this Hellfire Gala Powers and Abilities card. You know, it has this gilded kind of accents all over it that you can see. I like it. Very, very unique. Feels a lot different. And let's take a look at the characters that we have here. We have Jean Grey. And you can see these cards. They're like double wide. They have their own trait for Hellfire Gala, which is cool. And of course they have their special powers and everything listed there. But look at that. Look at that costume. Look at this costume. I'm going to shift this over and show you this here. That is awesome. That is so cool. All right, Jean Grey. Let's see. Jean Grey has Hellfire Gala. Once per turn, for all characters with this trait, when a friendly character with the X-Men keyword attacks, and the attack roll includes exactly 1 5, you may replace the other die with a 5. High fashion, telekinetic, floating, headpiece. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits, and a 10 was rolled, 2 5s. After resolutions, give an action token to each hit character. High fashion, telekinetic, floating, X, headpiece. So their powers are actually based around, that's cool, around the fashion that they're wearing. That's really neat. Implanted ideas, mind control. When Jean Grey uses it, after resolutions, deal a hit character damage equal to its printed damage value. Special defense power, telepathic warning, energy shield deflection, super senses. Wow. I mean, these cards are really cool. You've got the dial right there, big as can be on the front. So that's Jean Grey. That is number 1. We have 8 of these characters to get through. Let's see. We'll go with Cyclops next, of course. If we're doing Jean first, Cyclops. Take a peek at his costume too. X-Factor, X-Men, X-Force, keywords, Hellfire Gala, which we've already read. High fashion, no cuffs on jacket, and sleeves that turn into gloves. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and a 10 was rolled, 2 5s. After resolutions, choose a friendly character with the X-Men keyword and remove an action token from that character. 9 clicks long. Look at that. Cyclops go. Wow. 100 points or 45. Turn them over, you can see another special defense power, intercepting blasts, energy shield deflection. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword within range is targeted by a ranged attack, modify their defense by +1. Both of these Hellfire Club issues that we had that were announcing huge things to them also had all these machinations going on in the background. Destiny, Mystique in the second X-Men Hellfire Club Gala issue was huge. So there are so many different things that were happening. I really recommend going and reading these kind of standalone things, but it does have this sense of high fashion, which also, you know, it helps heighten the intensity of all of these moments because you're seeing these characters out of their normal garb. You're seeing them, you know, kind of the X-Men kind of in their own element on their home turf. And I don't know. I love them. I love the feel of this whole set. Here we go. We've got Rogue, Excalibur, X-Men, Mystical, Hellfire Gala, which we've already seen, high fashion, semi-sheer lace bodysuit with a floral pattern. It's the same as the other two, but where Jean Grey gave a token to opposing characters and Cyclops cleared tokens, this one is, after resolutions, choose a standard power. Until your next turn, hit characters can't use the chosen power. Wow. She's 9 clicks long as well. I like the high fashion take, that shared trait that all has just a little bit of a different take when 2 5s are rolled. I mean, it's tough enough to get there, but with Hellfire Club trait, or with the Hellfire Gala trait, you can actually force a lot of those double rolls. Get behind me, sugar. Invincible. Friendly characters with the X-Men keyword within 6 squares and line of fire can use toughness. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, let's see. Next will be Wolverine, but not Logan Wolverine. It'll be Laura Kinney. X-23 Wolverine. Again, with the Hellfire Gala trait. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, when a friendly character with the X-Men keyword attacks and the attack roll includes exactly 1 5, you may replace the other die with another one. And that leads into high fashion, thigh-high leather boots and black leather opera gloves. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and 2 5s was rolled after resolutions, heal that character 2 clicks. Oof. So they get the healing factor. Look, she's got hypersonic speed on the front end of the dial there. Oh man, these pieces are pretty wicked. Look at the back there. Special attack power, you made me rip my dress blades, claws, fangs, but may use it when targeting more than one character, and she must roll a d6 for each hit target. When Wolverine hits after resolutions, heal her 1 click for each opposing character that took damage from that attack. Oh, nuts. These dials are pretty great, actually. Very, very excited about that. Okay, next, we've got Polaris. Old favorite of mine from the old Peter David X Factor run back in the day. High fashion translucent silicone dress. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and 2 5s are rolled after resolutions, choose a character within range and place that character up to 2 squares away from the square they are currently occupy. 8 clicks long, a lot of outwit there. Magnetized. Telekinesis. Telekinesis as free. When Polaris uses it, she may instead target an opposing character she hit this turn. So move somebody. Follow up right away after that. Let's take a look at Sunfire. Sunfire sculpt is ridiculous, guys. High fashion ankle length fiery Howery. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and 2 5s are rolled after resolutions, choose a friendly character with the X-Men keyword within range and line of fire and deal 1 damage to each opposing character adjacent to the chosen character. Wow, 10 clicks long. Look at that. 10 clicks. Marauders, X-Men, martial artist keywords. Flip it. Solar Fire is a special attack power, energy explosion. Sunfire and adjacent friendly characters with the X-Men keyword can use poison. Boom. All right. Only 2 more to go here. We've got Sync. Sync was announced as a member of that original X-Men roster that was announced at the Hellfire Gala, the first one. It was kind of a surprise member, for as far as I know. You can look at this crazy jacket that he's got on. High fashion rainbow jacket with an all-black suit and fedora. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and 2 5s are rolled after resolutions, choose a standard power a friendly character with the X-Men keyword has on their card. And if you did, Sync can use the chosen power until the end of your next turn. You've got Generation X and Sword and X-Men. That's right, Generation X and Sword. Sync was a massive part of the Al Ewing Sword run because it could magnify all these different powers that they needed to pull off galactic tasks all over the place. Sync is such a cool character. They found a really good use for him. Coordinating outfits and powers, Perplex. When Sync uses it to target a friendly character, if that character has a high fashion trait, the next time that character hits this turn, they can use their high fashion trait regardless of the attack result. And last but not least, we have Emma Frost. 10 clicks long on Emma Frost. Awesome sculpt. Really, really cool sculpt. High fashion Fascinator and Diamond Buckle. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and 2 5s are rolled after resolutions, choose a friendly character with the X-Men keyword. That character can use Safeguard, Outwit, until your next turn. Look at all that Invincible that she has on her dial there. And these sculpts are just awesome. They are really, really cool. On the back here, let's take a peek. We have probability control. You aren't on the guest list, my dear. Probability control. Shape change. Attack rolls of 5 and 5 made by friendly characters with the X-Men keyword can't be re-rolled or have their dice replaced. Awesome. And, the normal artist on X-Men is already so great, but Russell Doderman, I think, is the name of the artist that they brought in to design all these high fashion pieces, and now they are a part of this premium HeroClix set. We haven't seen anything like this before. Now you know exactly what you're getting. Again, these pieces I think are all kind of worth it too. They look incredible, and on top of that, their dials are pretty wicked. So that is it. That is everything from the Avengers Forever unboxing series. I am so stoked for this set. I didn't get everything I wanted, but I never do in these sets. I want too much. I want too many awesome characters, but the characters that we do have are such great representations of them. Very excited. We pulled 3 super rares this week with Hulk and Sentry, and our last one was Kang, of course, which was very thematic. I was very excited about that. We got a Prime and Invincible Ant-Man, as well as pulling our Chase, our Ghost Panther, whose dial is just sick. Remember, the set comes out for pre-release October the 26th. It comes out for actual release on November the 9th. The Hellfire Club premium set actually comes out on November the 2nd. So just a couple of weeks after the pre-release, or a week after the pre-release hits. That being said, if you like everything that you saw in this unboxing series and you want to own it yourself, you can win every single piece on this table by going to hdsa.org/freezehd. That's FREEZEHD, where we are holding a massive online auction. It's not worldwide. It's for everyone here in the United States. GiveSmart will ship to, but it's hosted by GiveSmart. It's a virtual silent auction. It opened on Monday, October 17th. It culminates October the 22nd. If you're watching this on a Friday, that is tomorrow night. That is Saturday evening, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can win everything that I unboxed this week, plus another sealed brick of Avengers Forever that will be mailed out immediately after our event is finished. You'll have it before the set even comes out for pre-release. Most likely, you'll definitely have it before the set comes out for actual release. On top of that, we've got another auction item with a sealed brick of Absolute Carnage and a ton of other awesome Chase figures from the last couple of years. There is a lot of great stuff, and it all goes to an amazing cause, the Huntington's Disease Society of America, as they are on a quest to end Huntington's disease and support families living with Huntington's disease, just like my very own family. My mother-in-law and my wife are both affected. If you would like to help out the hundreds of thousands of Americans that are afflicted and affected by this particular genetic disease, you can go to hdsa.org to learn more. You can go to hdsa.org/freezehd to bid on our auction, to donate if you're in Southern California, to buy a ticket, and you can come to the event on October the 22nd. So get out there, get bidding, and good luck to everybody. I got to say thank you to you for sticking with me and watching this unboxing series every single time. It's so much fun to get out there and mix it up with you guys and lay eyes on these figures for the first time, just like you guys are. It's so very cool. I got to say thank you to WizKids for their generosity and for allowing me to be a kid again every single time I do these unboxing series and share cool stuff from my favorite game weeks ahead of time. It's one of my most favorite things to do every single year. Thank you to Hyper RPG Studios for hosting us, as they always are. We have Zach on the boards today. I got to say thank you, and a big round of applause to Zach for helping me out. All of the rambling that I do, all of the moving around, he's constantly shifting with me. These guys here are incredible. They have a great Twitch channel. They have a great YouTube channel, so make sure you check them out for everything for your pop culture gaming needs. They have it all covered, even cooking shows. They do everything, and they do it so incredibly well. So thank you to them. That wraps up this entire unboxing series. I can't wait until the next set. I think it might be something from the Distinguished competition, but I am not completely sure as of yet. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm going to miss you guys while I'm gone, but until I see you again, as always, may all your rolls be critical hits. Peace.